How would you like to solve Sudoku faster? I'll reveal to you my top 3 secrets I've learned from solving dozens of championship puzzles. First 2 are going to help you solve faster. My third secret is going to protect you from getting stuck at the hardest part of the puzzle. Click below if you want to give this puzzle a go. And with that, it's solving time. We're going to 2 go here in block 2. You have a 2 in row 1, a 2 in row 2, and a 2 in column 6. The only place the 2 can go is right there. Greetings, friend. This is puzzle 3 from round 6 of the 2024 Sudoku Grand Prix. I think it's the perfect puzzle to reveal to you my top 3 secrets to use when solving championship Sudoku. I'm about to give you secret number 1. It's going to cut your solve time almost in half. First, let's look where 3 can go in block 2. With this 3, and this 3, the only place a 3 can fit is right there. And then with this 3 and these 2 3s, only place for a 3 in block 6 is right here. And with these 2 3s, only place for a 3 in block 9 is right there. And so I'm about to give you my secret number 1. This is going to save you lots of time because you won't be switching your pencil if you're doing marking in pencil from eraser to marking. And even on the computer, you won't have to take away so many marks. And the secret is this. If you're going for time, minimize your marking as much as possible. So secret 1, minimize your marking. You don't want to go to Snyder notation if you don't have to. For example, look here where a 6 can go in block 2. You have these 2 6s. You can easily solve for 6 right there. And I'm going to give you a little bonus tip here. With this 6 cutting across, where can a 6 go here in block 6? Well, it can only go in these 2 spots. This is very common in championship Sudoku. Since the 6s are in these 2 spots, in the same column in the block, they can't be anywhere else in the block, they're a pointing pair. And what that means is the 6s cannot be anywhere else in column 9. Because if you put a 6 up here, or here, or here, then you'd have no place to put a 6 in block 6. And already because of these other 6s, like this one and this one, you couldn't put a 6 there. And so this pointing pair allows you to eliminate a 6 from these cells, along with this cell right here and here because of that 6. And so you can solve for a 6 here in block 9 right there, because I get out of color mode, and then use this pointing pair to go upward. And with this 6 and these 2 6s, you can solve for 6 here in block 3. Okay, I wanted to show you that. Pointing pairs very common in championship Sudoku puzzles. And I cover pointing pairs and other strategies you need to solve championship classic Sudokus in my free solving guide. You can download it from the pinned comment below. Where can an 8 go up here in block 3? This 8, and this 8, and this 8. Only one place for the 8. So I've not made any Snyder notation markings. We've gotten all these solves in. We're going to do some more with the 9s. With this 9 and this 9, solve for 9 right here. And then with these 2 9s, solve for 9 in block 6. And then in block 5, because of these 2 9s and this 9, you can solve for 9 right there. And with these 2 9s, you can solve for 9 in block 8. And before I try to go to Snyder notation, let's look for some more low-hanging fruit, I call it. You know, each solve digit you put in this puzzle will give you more information and give you less to mark. So you might notice you have a full house here in column 8. We have 8 of the 9 digits filled out. So this has to be a 5. That's the only thing remaining in block 3 here in column 8. And then with the 1s, you might see that you have a 1 coming up column 6. So this cell has to be a 1. And with these 2 1s, now you can solve for 1 here in block 3. And then with these 2 1s and this one, you can solve for 1 in block 5. And we got a couple of neat things going on here in these middle 3 bands. I want to point this out to you. First, I'm going to give you a nice little bonus trick. What's so special about these 3 cells, right? Well, they're the only 3 cells remaining in block 2, right? And so you have a 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 9 filled out. This has to be a 4, 5, or a 7. And since the 4, 5, and 7 are limited here in the block, they also limit the 4, 5, 7 of these 3 cells in the column. This is called a locked triple. It's a triple that applies to more than one Sudoku house. So it applies to this block 2 and column 6. What it means is a 4, 5, and 7 cannot be in this cell. So we can solve this cell right away, 4 and 8. Another way to see it, maybe if you solve the 8, couldn't be in those 3 spots, you could also do a hidden single. But I wanted to point out that locked triple, when you find those, can really help with some of the harder puzzles. And then we can look here at the second thing. I thought that was pretty cool. It's down here in block 8. Okay, you might notice that you have a 1, 6, 7, 8, 9 in column 4. All right, so what we need left is a 2, 3, 4, and a 5 in these 4 cells. Well, down here, you have a 3, 4, and a 5. So this cell can only be a 2, right? It can't be a 1, can't be a 3, can't be a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or a 9. It's got to be a 2. This is a naked single 2. And before I reveal my secret number 2, I want to hear from you. Did you see this naked single 2? Please, please, please drop that in the comments and share with the other viewers. You're helping me grow the best Sudoku community on YouTube. I love to hear from you so much that I respond to each and every comment. But did you find this, or was it a little hard for you? Because my secret number 2 is to know when to switch between hidden and naked singles. This is the first naked single that we found. And it's important to find these because it's a different way of scanning than when you're just doing cross-hatching. And the key to when to start looking for this is when you have 5 or more candidates filled out in these rows, columns, or blocks, particularly the rows or the columns. When you have that much restriction, you're probably going to have some naked singles lying around. Like right here, you might notice you have a 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 in the column. And then you also have this 1, 8, 9 right here, and the 4 right there. So what can this be? It can't be a 1, 2, or 3 because of the column. It can't be a 4 or a 5 because of the block. And it can't be a 6 because of the column, or an 8, 9. This is a naked single 7. And it's super helpful if you find this as a naked single at this point of the puzzle. So that's my secret number 2, knowing when to switch to those hidden and naked singles. And now we're going to move on. My tip number 3, this is the one you want to hear this because you probably get stuck. And so my secret to you, and I'm about to reveal to you in just a little bit, it's going to help you in those parts where you're going to get stuck and you're going to want to just start marking the puzzle like crazy. This will help you prevent that. What we can do right now is make a little bit more trimming here. You might notice in block 3 that there's only 2 candidates remaining. So this is a nice naked pair, 4, 7. And another bonus tip for you is a naked pair acts as a pointing pair. So 4 and a 7 can no longer be in these 2 cells. The only 2 candidates missing to fill column 7 is a 2 and a 5. So I'll put a 2 and a 5 right there. This is going to come in handy when we're working on that third secret that I'm about to work with you on right now. What you want to do is, you notice you do have quite a bit of restriction in these rows here, rows 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so if you focus on those, you may find what you need to help you, because there's no easy solves right now. You got to find this third secret I'm about to reveal to you. What is here in row 2? You got a 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 9. We need a 4, 5, or a 7. And we already have a 4 in the column. Now look at row 3. What do we need here? There's only 3 candidates remaining. You need a 3, 4, or a 7, right? Because you have a 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, 9. And this can't be a 3. And this cannot be a 4. Okay, create some BVCs, buy value cells. Whenever you see this, you know you got some more strategies coming up. And in row 4, we have a 1, 3, 6, 8, 9. We only need a 2, 4, 5, and a 7. I got a 7 here in that block. And I have a 2 right there. And we got the 2 and the 4 right there. All right, another BVC. And then look at row 5. You got a 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. We just need a 4, 5, and 6. We need those middle digits, okay? And this can't be a 6 because it's a 6 in column 5, and this cannot be a 4. What do you notice here? There's something going on that's going to help you, and it's part of my third secret, right? So something you got to find when you're getting really stuck, because you could keep on marking. If you don't see this, then you're going to not make any more progress. Look at these 2 cells right there in column 1. What are they? They're a 5 and a 7. This is a naked pair. You're not going to find it using scenario notation. You're only going to find it by doing a little bit of marking, looking for the greatest restriction, which was in these rows 2, 3, 4, and 5. I love how the setter set this puzzle up. Because once you have this 5, 7 naked pair, the 5 and 7 are limited to those 2 cells in column 1, which means that this cell can no longer contain a 7, and this cell can no longer contain a 5. This is huge. You gotta find this to move on. Because we can solve this cell now for a 3 and solve this cell for a 6. This is a huge time saver because it's going to open up what I call your one-step restrictions. All right, that's where we go next. Now, where does the 6 go here in block 6? Can't be here anymore. It's got to be right there. And then with these 2 6s and these 2 6s, you can finish off the 6s in block 7. So we're only one candidate, one cell away from solving those 6s. We add a 3, so let's check out what we can do with the 3s now. All right, you notice with these 2 3s and this 3, only place for a 3, block 7's right there. And then with these 2 3s and this 3, solve for a 3 right there, and we finish up all of the 6s. And now all of the 3s, okay? So where do you want to go next? You want to follow the greatest restriction. You only have 2 cells remaining in column 4. You have a 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. We just need a 4 and a 5. We got a 4 right there. Pull on over. So that's going to be a 5. That's going to be a 4. It's going to allow you now to finish row 5. That's got to be a 5, and that's got to be a 4. And that's huge. Now that you put these 4s in here, let's follow the rest of the 4s. These 2 4s means this cell has to be a 4. And then with this 4, the only place for a 4 in block 4 is right here. And now with these 2 4s, you solve for a 4 up there. That can no longer be a 4, and it can't be a 3 anymore. We can actually solve that right away for a 7. But this 4, you can disambiguate the 7 4 up here, and once you remove that 4, the last 4 is going to be right there. Now we just marked a 7, so we know that we can put a 7 right here. The only place in block 2, that's got to be a 5. And now you can disambiguate this very helpful naked pair is what you had to find with my 3rd secret. But we're not done. We got more to do. Now we're going to do what the experts do. At this point in the puzzle, I call it sweeping the blocks. They're just going to take away the blocks with the greatest restrictions here. You need an 8 and a 9 up here. I see that 9. So this has got to be your 9, and that's got to be your 8. I'm going to show you a nice little trick here, my neat naked triple trick to finish block 4. You have a 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9. We just need a 1, 5, and 8. But you have a 1 to 5 here, 2 to 3 cell. And then you have a 5 repeated. When you have that situation, you can solve all 3 cells. This has to be your 8. The only place the 5 goes is right there, and this is going to be your 1. I call it my neat naked triple trick. Learn all about it in this tutorial. And now we have great restriction coming down the column to help us sweep out block 7. So all you need left is a 2 and an 8. I'm going to pull that 8 over from block 9. So that's your 8. That's going to be your 2. And then we just need a 1 and a 9. Well, because of this 1, that's got to be the 1. That's got to be the 9. Awesome. And now let's do some more sweeping out here. Just need an 8 and a 7. I got my 8 right there. So here's your 8. Here's your 7. We'll move on over here into block 9 now. And you'll notice you have 2 full houses. So we know we can solve these with certainty, right? All you need in this row is a 5. And in this row, you just need a 7. And this 5 is going to allow you to disambiguate the 2 and the 5 to finish up block 6. That means that has to be a 2. And our last digit is a 1. Now, apply the secrets you just learned to this next puzzle. Thank you so much for watching.